Hey, welcome guys. In this video, I'm doing an unboxing of LG's LAS454B soundbar. Now, this is a 2.1 system, so you're getting the two speaker system on the soundbar, even though it has 6 speakers actually, but they count as a 2.1 system. And that point 1 is, of course, that the subwoofer that's going to be sitting on the side. Now, the communication between them is wireless, so the subwoofer has its own power that needs to be connected, and then of course the soundbar itself needs to connect to its own power, but there's no connection between the two. It's a wireless signal, which is great for my particular setup, as I have my TV mounted within the wall above the fireplace. So continuing with the unboxing, you get like a quick start guide, just kind of going through it. You get some other details in here. You get a quick start pamphlet guide, which you kind of have to expand open. I find these to be pretty annoying, but whatever. I mean, there's not much to know about this. It's really straightforward, but it does give you some details about how to wall mount the bar itself. Not the subwoofer, of course. That would be kind of silly. But the soundbar itself. It's got like some quick instructions on how to do it. So the other thing I showed you was just like warranty information. This is safety details. And it comes with the batteries for the remote. So I'm going to try to get these out. And it's a little tricky, so maybe not. I'll just leave them to the side, whatever. I'll go over more details regarding the remote and the features in the review video. In fact, you can find a link to the review video of the speaker set in the video description. So I'm just going to untangle this wire right now. Let's get it out of here. This is optical audio, so it's really nice that they included this in here. And it's fairly long. I'm just going to kind of measure it, kind of bootleg measure against me. It's about 5 feet long. That's a pretty respectable size. Considering that some speaker systems don't come with an optical audio wire to be exact. So let's see what else we can get out here that's easily accessible. The next thing, of course, is the bracket. Now, this is the bracket that you'll be using to wall mount the sound bar itself, if you want to wall mount it. Of course, it's optional, so you do have the bracket included, which is nice. So let's see, the next thing, of course, is the remote. Now, this is really small. I'm actually surprised. Like, I know the soundbar isn't the most intricate sound system you'll ever have, but I'm actually surprised at how small it is. I feel like nowadays a lot of devices have remotes that are too large for their own good. And a lot of times it's unnecessary. I prefer simple remotes. I just needed to do the simple functions, not this fancy nonsense. So this is the soundbar itself. I mean, I knew it was going to be small. I knew it was going to be light, but I didn't anticipate it to be this light. So am I concerned about the sound being poor? Not really. But of course, those type of details I'll be going very over. Sorry, that didn't really make sense. I'll be going over in the review video very thoroughly. That makes more sense. So I'm just going to untangle this power wire here. It's kind of got that little zip wire attached to it. So again, as I was saying, it's advertised as being a 2.1 system, but you'll see that soundbar itself has 6 speakers. I think 2 of them are the tweeters at the very edge of each side. So I'll just pick this up, just kind of touch it. So yeah, it's fully exposed. There's no grill in front of the speakers. It's not a big deal. You just have to be careful if you have kids, of course. And as for the back, I'm trying to look at where the input wires are. But here on the top, these are control buttons: power, play, function. So you have them on the very top of the soundbar, and of course they're on the remote as well. So it's nice to have it on the soundbar itself. Let's continue getting all this junk out. Huge box for such a small system, but I think that's mainly due to the subwoofer being a bit clunky. It's going to be a bit larger, so that's why the box is so huge. There's a lot of wasted space, but I mean, how else can you fit it in the box, right? It makes sense to do it this way, so it's all good. I'm not really complaining. So this is the subwoofer I'm getting out right now. And again, the subwoofer, it's not huge. It's the pretty decent size, but it's still surprisingly light for its size. I was thinking that perhaps the magnet inside might be a little bit heavier, but it's a bit on the lighter side. And I've kind of unboxed it the wrong way, or taken out of its packaging, but it's not a big deal. It's got a bit more protective sealant on the front compared to the soundbar itself. I'll show you guys, got some cushioning there. So as you can see, yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit heavier, but it's a lot lighter than I expected, so, whatever. So again, just a refresher. Of course, these type of details I'll go over in the review and a lot more in depth. But the way this connects, the wire I'm unbundling right now is the power wire. You notice there's no audio attachment anywhere because it'll communicate with the soundbar wirelessly. So it's nice to have that. I believe it uses Bluetooth, but again, I'll go over those details in the review video. Now the power cord for this is about 5 feet long as well, which matches the length of the power cord for the soundbar, which is nice. And I was just looking at the receiver, which seems to be the sensor for the Bluetooth to communicate with the soundbar. So when I'm doing an unboxing, I always want to be thorough. Like I got the remote, batteries, you can see me just playing around, and I got the 2 speakers, but just want to make sure there's nothing else inside, and that's pretty much it. So, if you guys found this video useful, be sure to check my Facebook, Google+, Twitter links in the video description. And be sure to check out the review video. You can find that also in the video description as I clean up all this garbage. And I do hope you guys enjoyed.